Recording in progress now. We are the Odds Couple. I am in Dallas today, recording in
And
Christina's
tell
in
him,
her hometown.
tell him where you're going to go in Dallas.
Oh yeah, I think it's called the Cosm, C-O-S-M. I don't think it's called the Cosmo. I think it's the Cosm, C-O-S-M. Pretty cool. Go check it out. If you've never looked it up, go look on a website, Google search it. There's one in Dallas and one in LA. And
There should be one in Vegas.
Christina's big jealous right now.
I
Big
am.
jealous. Not even big mad. She's just big jealous.
I'm like, why isn't it here in Vegas? It should be here in Vegas.
You look it up. It's pretty powerful. Oh, by the way, I'll probably be taking some videos of it tonight and sending it her way. So
Well, anyways, we sucked, both of us. We both went 1-3 last week with our picks. I came close to getting two of the three that lost. Actually, all three, because San
mhm.
Fran had it until the fourth quarter, and then I don't know what the fuck happened. And
I mean, I don't know that I'd call that one close, getting -7.5 and getting beat, but
they were up by 13 at the half. And then in the fourth quarter, they were still up by 10. I'm like, just don't let them score. I was like,
listen, I got to make some of your picks look as bad as mine were, okay? So, because mine were two of them were horrid.
and then the Steelers came down to the literally last 20 seconds of the ball game. And every time Houston and Buffalo went to score, something happened, like a turnover.
Yeah, for those of you in Vegas, it was only like 10 o'clock at night when you were watching the end of the Pittsburgh game, and the rest of us in the world were midnight, 1 a.m. I did not finish watching that game.
It was a good game, though. It was actually a really good game.
That's what I hear.
Yes. It wasn't as good as the Hurricane game.
Well, that's true. I didn't see that one either, but I heard from you. And again, another late
Because
night
that
old
was like
guy.
11:30 when it was over, and I was at the gym and I couldn't leave the gym until that was over. I was done working out, but I was like, I have not stopped watching this game.
I wish I would have, but I'm also okay. I traded it off for sleep. Both games, it was halftime. I'm like, good night.
They were down 25 points, the Hurricanes.
Yeah, that's
5
crazy. And
points.
well,
And
I thought about betting a second half on that for the Hurricanes, but I'm in Texas and you can't bet on apps, and I wasn't gonna call. But never
the
mind.
first
I'll call.
play out of the second half was a pick six for Miami. And I was like, oh yeah, they're not coming back. They were down. I was like, there's no
They're
way.
down and out even to start the half.
And then even in the fourth quarter, they were down three scores. I was like,
Mm.
there's no effing way that they're coming back. And they came back and won by 1 point. It was crazy. And I was excited because I'm also a Hurricane fan.
True.
But
Yeah,
anyway,
I wonder what the odds were to win. Pick a win on that live bet. I bet that was pretty good payout for the Hurricanes to win fourth
yeah.
quarter, down
And
21 plus.
I'm sure. And just like you said, all those people who picked Vandy over Alabama.
That's true story. Well, Saban saying that's the only place that you can pretty well let your guard down and win. Nope.
It was a crazy week last week for favorites. But
Yeah,
anyway,
my electronic wallet shows that from the bookie companies. I took a lot of favorites last Saturday. That didn't bode well for me.
uh,
Oh, they did take your Buckeyes, so they at least picked up some change for me. So I appreciate that.
yes, and they covered
They
because
did.
that's what they're supposed to do. They should have a tough game this week. I think they're only favored by 4. They're
They
playing
don't. The teams that are normally tough for them are not really tough. Oregon, garbage.
playing Oregon.
Michigan, garbage.
Oregon. Oregon's
I
ranked
know
number
that's true.
4.
That's
I
true.
think
That's true.
Oregon is still
I'll give
ranked.
them that. They're like top 5, top 6, but it is
Well,
in Oregon.
I
So,
won't bet on that game because I'm not going to jinx the Bucks.
all
Anyhow,
right. Well, this week I'm starting off with my pick of they burned me last week on the money line. They're bound to come back. So this is like one of those bet red, put 1.5 times on red, put 3 times on red, put 5 times on red, put 10 times on red. Just stick with your bet. So I'm betting the Bills again. So I'm going Bills -2 versus the Jets. Nathaniel Hackett and Karen, as you like to call him, Karen Rodgers, both calling the shots. Oh, I don't know how that's going to work out for their offense. So I'm staying PU and I'm staying away from that because I don't think the Jets are going to do very well. So I'm going Bills -2. Lock it up.
Actually going to take the Bills as well, -2. That's Monday night game, isn't it? Yes.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is Monday night, but I'm going to take the Bills -2 as well. After what the Jets have pulled this week, they are wanting to prove that they are a bigger dumpster fire than the Cleveland Browns. The owner said, "Hold my beer, let me fire the coach midweek," or actually the beginning of the.
Oh, oh, Woody. Oh, Woody.
And he wants to prove they are a bigger mess than the Browns right now. So, and good old Karen Rogers, I'm sure he had something to do with it, but I'm also going to take the Bills -2 because I just think that the Jets are not on the same page and they're they're not very good against the Bills. No one is very good against
No,
the Bills in that division.
the only thing that scares me is the Jets do have a pretty good defense. So
They do.
they are playing pretty good. Not as good as last year, but they do have pretty good D. They don't give up a lot of long balls. So we'll see.
But
We'll see if
Sala
they keep it.
Sala was a defensive coach and he kind of
True.
flipped that side of it. So, um,
That is true.
yeah.
All right, I'm going to go with my next game, Lions -3 versus Dallas. I think we're on the same train on a couple of picks this week. Dallas's O-line, as you've seen, is not that great in my opinion. I think Aiden Hutchinson's going to have a big day against that offensive line. Have you seen the Cowboys run game? I think everybody's looking for it because they ain't been running anywhere with Dowdle or Emmett or who the hell they got. But Dowdle for sure is not doing much. So who'd they get their guy back from New England? The running back.
Which one? Oh, Elliot, Zeke.
Elliott, that's it. I said Emmett, and I knew that wasn't right. Emmitt Smith's old school, but yeah, Elliott, yeah, he ain't
That's
doing
right. He
anything
was
either.
in
So
New England last year.
yeah. So, and the only real player, in my opinion, right now that can do anything is CeeDee Lamb. And what are smart defenses done when there's no other playmakers? They're putting 2, 3 man coverage on him. He's basically getting frustrated, which is easy for him to do. He spouted off last week at the end of the game or during the game. That's not a good thing. And the last thing to tie it all up is Micah Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence have been sidelined. So I don't know that they're going to play. So there's some more chinks in the armor on the Dallas defense.
That's true. And I'm going to agree with you on that pick. That's also one of my picks is the Lions -3. Um, I just think they're better. They're better all around. They're better at QB. Dak is good, but they're better at QB. Um, they're just better. They're better at defense. They're just better.
It's as simple as that. I think we overcomplicate it. They're just better.
They're just better.
Perfect. My next pick is these always make me a little cringeworthy, kind of like my Browns last week. Golly, that was a horrid pick. If anybody followed that, you can send me your an IOU and I'll give that to you. But I'm gonna go with Bears -2, only because, as Christina's expert opinions were, they're just better, right? They're just better. I think the Bears are just better than the Jags. They are going to go to London. I think that's the early Sunday morning game. So I don't know what kind of travel schedule that'll cause, but Jags D is not great. You've seen that. And I think maybe as much as this could come back and bite me, Bears might be shifting the tide a little bit early on in the season here where you actually might become relevant again instead of being stinky. So what you got?
My next pick is Steelers at the Raiders. Steelers could have very well won the last 2 games that they lost. And I think the Raiders are just really bad right now. They're just bad. I mean,
What are they done with Devontae? Is he just
um,
kind of like, is that still like
apparently
not
he has
nothing?
some sort of injury, and I really think he's not as injured because they're still shopping him around. Steelers
Get it.
should probably pick him up and give Fields or Wilson a actual number one because Pickens is a little too inconsistent and a little too diva-ish for it with his inconsistency. Like he likes to, it's like, do you not understand that you're not been consistent for you to talk the kind of crap that you talk. Like he's good and he has the potential of being really good, but he talks a lot. And I'm like, dude, shut it.
Did you see the TikTok where they like pulled the cowboy down by the face mask and slammed him into the
Yeah, I was like, why?
kudos, man, kudos.
There's just no
That's
need
great.
for that. But but the Steelers are better than the Raiders by far defensively. I think there might be a lot of turnovers for the Raiders at the hands of the
Like,
Steelers because that's what they do. I
yeah.
mean, they forced Dallas into 3 turnovers. They forced Indy in the second half into 2 turnovers, just every single game. And their combined loss has been by 6 points. So very winnable games. Raiders don't put up a lot of points, and a very defensive team in the Broncos manhandled them last week. Like
Mhm.
manhandled them. It was just sad. They were up 10-0. They threw a pick six and then they folded the rest of the game. It's
They did.
like, dude, you were ahead.
And they have the three initial guy, Lab, little ass boy.
Yes, the QB little ass boy, as Max Crosby used to call him all last year, little ass boy. And
That's
and the
the
Raiders,
best.
yeah, the Raiders have done nothing to get their team or their offense better.
No, no. The only time that they wanted to go ahead and play good offense was the week I took the under. So of course. So
When they played the Browns, right?
exactly. Ah, all right. My last pick is going with I think the team that seems to do this every year is high expectations. They suck for the first 2 or 3 games. They lose some close ones, but they hang in there. They turn the tide. It is the Cincinnati Bengals at -3.5. Also, why? Although the Giants play a better defense, I still don't trust Daniel Jones, even though honestly he's playing a little bit better than the past, but not real well. So I don't think the Giants are still any good. Daniel Jones is 1-14 straight up in primetime games was a stat that I saw. 1-14, but that's straight up. Obviously, they're dogs in this game, but I'm still going to lean into that stat of he's not good on primetime. He chokes. So I was like, if you can hold out to get it at -3, obviously I'd push for that because 3.5, no one get beat by that half point. But I'm going to roll the dice. I think the Bengals are going to just roll on the Giants. And honestly, I think he's even though I didn't start him in fantasy last week, even though that was a horrid decision, Burrows has thrown like 12 touchdown passes in a short period of time. So I'm gonna go with Burrows lighting up the Giants, even though their defense is a little bit better than expected.
I gotcha. All right. So my last pick, Commanders at the Ravens. So Washington at, I don't know, I don't like Commanders, but that's the name they have now. But Washington at Baltimore. I'm actually going to take the Commanders and the points. Um, Hopefully they don't let me down. Jaden Daniels, he can score. Baltimore's defense has been suspect a little bit. Every team has scored 20 or more points on them. So, well, except for the Bills. I don't know what happened to the Bills in that freaking game, but yeah, that's the only game that defense seemed to have shown up was the Bills game. Every other game that last game, it went to overtime and they were lucky they won that game as the Bengals messed up the kicker messed up their field goal at the end or in overtime. And then we would have had one more possession. Commanders. So I'm taking Commanders plus 6.5. I think Ravens win, but it'll probably be like 4 or under. I think
Right. I think
Washington.
I like that bet. I do. I do. So that I don't have any bonus bets this week. So I'm not sure what to tell you. Not that I took them.
I don't have any bonus bets either. Oh, well, maybe college. Let's see. College.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
So college. Let's see. college, 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 college. I'm gonna say, ooh, Penn State and USC. They have Penn State at USC minus 5.5. I don't know. I like Penn State. I don't know about 5.5.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. How
Uh,
about you, Alabama versus South Carolina minus 21 after getting beat, bounce back game.
yeah, I mean, it's a different coach.
South Carolina is no good, including the guy that I saw pull out his uh, machine gun, friggin' shoot the guy imitation on the ground, being down by 16 points. He sacks the quarterback and does the machine gun shooting of the player of the quarterback, which naturally drew a flag. And I'm like, you're an idiot. You're down 16. It's not appropriate anyways, but it's definitely not appropriate minus six down 16 points.
Yeah, I don't know. I would say I'd go with that for a bonus bet. I'd take Alabama minus 21 just
I think
because.
so. They're at home.
Yep, just
I've
because.
watched South Carolina too many times this year, and they're not really that solid.
No, I'm not seeing the Ohio State game on here. Why is that?
I don't know. I have to look. Texas, Oklahoma. Did you say that one earlier? That'll be a big game for 2:30 Central Time.
Oops.
14 and a half. Texas is favored by. Be a
Uh,
good game. There's your Penn State game.
yeah,
Is
Penn
Ohio State on a? Who's Ohio State playing this week?
State's playing Oregon. Remember we said
Hmm.
that 3 and 4.
Oh, that's
Like
right.
it
That's
should
right.
that should be a bet, and I'm not seeing them.
I bet it's a late night game because it's in Oregon.
It is. It's like I think. No, no, I think it's 4:30.
Oh, there it is. 6:30
Oh, there we go. Ohio
So
State
it's
minus three
probably
and a half. See?
4:30 your time. Yep. There you go. Ohio State minus 3.5. Two versus a
You
three,
know what?
baby.
In that game, I'll take the over of 53.
I like that. Yeah. 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 I think that'll be good.
I'll take that'll be my bonus bet. I won't bet who wins. I'll be rooting for Ohio State, but I will take the over 53 because I think both teams can just light it up.
Yeah. I don't know how's Oregon scored the last couple weeks been. I don't even know because they were sick ass team in their first couple weeks of the year because you and I were talking about that.
No, I don't know. I just know
Um,
that Oregon, they've almost not covered a couple times, or they haven't covered a few times, and they were supposed to win by like
mhm.
14, and they're playing unranked teams, and then that's what got me stopped betting on them. But Ohio State is very balanced. I think the last few games they've been over 200 yards on the ground and 200 yards in the air. So,
Yeah. And
and
Oregon scored
they seem to light it
30.
up in the third quarter. That seems to be
That's
their
it.
big quarter. They
Yeah.
all of a sudden put up 21, 28 points, and it's over.
Yeah, I think it was Boise State 37. They scored Oregon State 49, 34 UCLA, and 31 on Michigan State. It's just a matter if they can ever put a first half together, they'll score even more, but who knows? We shall see.
All right, those are our
Ohio
bonus
State.
bets. Those are our bonus bets, and we'll talk to you guys next week.
Perfect.